Hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect. So in this video, we are going to understand how to create or update your contact records in ActiveCampaign from Salesforce Lead. So are you also using Salesforce for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here I'm doing the same. I'm managing the marketing operations for a tech solutions company, and we use Salesforce to collect the new leads data. So now what we want is that as soon as a new lead is received in my Salesforce account, automatically with the help of the same lead details, a contact should be created or updated in my ActiveCampaign account too. So for this, we are going to create a connection between Salesforce and ActiveCampaign. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So I'm going to create this connection so that I can convert my leads into paying clients. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then let me take you to my computer screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video we are going to understand how to create or update ActiveCampaign contact for Salesforce Lead. So as you know that I manage the marketing operations for a tech solutions company, and aligning our sales and marketing efforts is essential for driving growth. So to enhance our lead nurturing process, I want to set up this automation that creates or updates an ActiveCampaign contact whenever a new Salesforce lead is added. So this ensures that our marketing team can quickly engage with the lead through the targeted email campaigns, keeping our messaging consistent and timely across both platforms. So by automating this process, we save time, reduce manual data entry errors, and enhance our ability to convert leads into customers. So to do all of this, simply I've opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we're going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the other one is sign up for free. So if you're a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of stars free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And as soon as we're going to click on sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here, you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connects account. And now it is opening my dashboard, and to start with the automation, we are going to click on this button which is create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which is automations, and I want to name my workflow as create or update your contact records in ActiveCampaign from Salesforce Leads. And then we are going to click on create. And as soon as we are going to click on create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So now to start with our automation, we have to select our trigger application. And for our trigger application, we are going to select it as Salesforce because I want that as soon as a new lead is added in my Salesforce account, automatically my workflow should be triggered. And now for the trigger event, we are going to select it as new lead. So for that, you can see we are going to select this new lead right from here. And as soon as we are going to select this, we are going to click on connect. And as soon as we are going to click on connect, you can see that it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Salesforce account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection and then connect with Salesforce. And as soon as we are going to click on connect with Salesforce, you can see that it is asking me for all of these permissions. So I'm going to click on allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow Pabbly save, and as soon as we are going to click on allow, you can see that we have successfully connected our Salesforce account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the instance URL. So to get this, we are going to follow this help text, and it is saying enter the URL, get your instance from setup, left sidebar, company setting, company information. And further it is saying if your instance is AP16, then this is the URL. So first what we are going to do is we are going to copy this URL and then we are going to paste it right over here in the instance URL. And now after this, what we have to do is we have to open our Salesforce account. So as you can see that this is my Salesforce account. And now from here, we have to go on setup. And as soon as we are going to go on setup from the left sidebar, as you can see company profile. So we have to go on this. And again, we have to go on company information under the company profile. And as soon as we are going to open the company information, you can see the instance for me is AP55. So I'm going to copy this and we are going to enter the same right over here, that instead of AP16, we are going to enter it as AP55. So yes, this is my instance URL. You have to keep in mind that you have to select the same instance you get right over here. So now after entering my instance URL, I'm going to click on save and send test request. But before clicking on save and send test request, I'll just let you know that Salesforce is a pooling based application. So pooling based application means that these applications will not check for new data instantly. They are going to take some amount of time to check for the new data received. And over here in the case of Salesforce, it is going to take 10 minutes. As you can see that it is saying this trigger will check for new data in 10 minutes. So as soon as I'm going to click on save and send test request, automatically we are going to capture the last response or the latest response made in Salesforce. So now before clicking on save and send test request, we first have to do the test submission. And in order to do the test submission, I'm going to open my lead form. As you can see that this is the lead form that I've created. So I'm going to fill in the dummy details and do the test submission. So for the first name, I'm going to keep it as demo, last name as user. So I'm going to keep the email as dummyuser22@pabblytudes.com. So I'm going to enter it right over here. And after entering this, it is asking me for the phone number. So I want the phone number to be this. And after entering all these details, we are going to click on submit. And as soon as we are going to click on submit, this means that we have successfully did this test submission. And I'm going to open my leads from my Salesforce. We are going to refresh this and check for the new lead created. And as you can see that there's a new lead created right over here. With these same details that we entered, you can see the name and the email, which is dummyuser22@pabblytudes.com. So yes, with this we have successfully did the test submission. And now I'm going to click on save and send test request. And as soon as we are going to click on save and send test request, Pabbly is going to capture the last response or the latest response. And as you can see that Pabbly has captured the last response made. Over here you can see the name, demo user. You can see the phone number that we entered. And I'm going to look for the email too. Over here I'm going to scroll. And as you can see the email that we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step, and now we are going to move on to our action step. So now what we want is we are going to create or update a contact in our ActiveCampaign. So for that I'm going to search for ActiveCampaign right over here so that I can create or update the contact. So I'm going to search for it and then we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as create or update contact, and then we are going to click on connect. And as soon as we are going to click on connect, you can see again it is asking me for the same. So if you have already connected your ActiveCampaign account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me again, click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the API key and the URL. So to get this, again we are going to follow the help text, and it is saying log into your ActiveCampaign account, click on your settings tab on the left sidebar area and then select the developers. So we are going to open our ActiveCampaign account, and as you can see that this is my account. So now from the left sidebar we have to go on settings, and now again from the left sidebar we have to go on developers. So as you can see the same, so we are going to select it. And now you can see that as soon as we are going to go on this, over here is the URL and the key. So I'm going to copy both of this and then we are going to paste it right over here in our workflow. So I'm going to paste the key and then the URL. And now after pasting both of this, we are going to click on save. But before clicking on save, you can see that over here in the help text it is saying provide the URL without https/. So I'm going to erase this because we have to provide the URL without this. And now we have successfully did this, and now we are going to click on save. And as soon as we are going to click on save, you can see that we have successfully connected our ActiveCampaign account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the email. So I'm going to map the email. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Salesforce as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we are going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received in our Salesforce account. So I'm going to give you an example that right over here in front of email, suppose I'm going to enter dummy user 22@pabblytudes.com right over here manually by typing it, then this will not change with every new response received because this is a static information and I've entered it manually. But if you are going to map it from the previous response, suppose I'm going to search for email and as you can see the same. So if you are going to map it from the previous response, then yes, this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. And now it is asking me for the first name. So we are going to map the same. I'm going to search for first name, as you can see demo. So we are going to map it. We are going to do same for the last name. Also, I'm going to search for last name and as you can see user. So we are going to map it. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the phone. So I'm going to search for it and as you can see the phone. So I'm going to map it right over here. And after entering all of this, we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the tag, list, account ID and the job title. So as you can see, all of these details are not the required details. So I'm going to leave it as blank and then we are going to click on save and send test request. And as soon as we are going to click on save and send test request, you can see that we have successfully created a new contact in our active campaign with the same details. Where's the email, the phone number, the first name and the last name. So I'm going to open my active campaign and check for the new contact created with the same details. So I'm going to open my active campaign and now right from here we have to go on contacts. And as you can see, a new contact created, full name demo user, you can see the email dummy user 22@pabblytudes.com and the phone number that we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow. But I'll just test this workflow once and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So what we are going to do is again we are going to open our form and again we are going to do another test submission. So I'm going to refresh this form. So for the first name we are going to keep it as test, last name as lead right over here, and now for the email we are going to keep it as testlead@pabblytudes.com. So I'm going to enter it and now for the phone number I want the phone number to be this. So I'm going to enter the phone number too right over here and now after entering all the details we are going to click on submit. And as soon as we are going to click on submit, yes, we have successfully created a new lead. So I'm going to open my Salesforce and we're going to refresh this leads page to check for the new lead. And yes, you can see that we have successfully created a new lead. Over here you can see name test lead, you can see the email that we entered and also the phone number that we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully did the test submission and created a new lead in our Salesforce account. And now what this means is that Salesforce has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow and further created or updated a new contact in our active campaign. So now what we are going to do is we are going to wait for 10 minutes and then we are going to open our active campaign account and check for the new contact created. So we are going to wait for 10 minutes because you can see that Salesforce is a polling based application and it says this trigger will check for new data in 10 minutes. And also if you wish to reduce or increase this trigger time, you can go on this three dots, set trigger time, and from here you can select your trigger time, minimum as 10 minutes and maximum as 24 hours. So I'm going to keep it as 10 minutes only and now we are going to wait for 10 minutes so that we can check that if a new contact has been created in our active campaign or not. So yes, now it has been 10 minutes and now I'm going to open my active campaign account and check for the new contact created. And yes, you can see that we have successfully created a new contact with the same details. Over here you can see the full name, the email that we entered and the phone number that we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow and I'll just summarize this workflow for you once. For the trigger application, we selected Salesforce. For the trigger event, we selected new lead. For the action application, we selected active campaign, and then for the action event, we selected create or update a contact because I wanted that as soon as a new lead is received in my Salesforce account, automatically with the help of the same details, a new contact should be created or updated in my active campaign account. So this ensures that our marketing team can quickly engage with the lead through the targeted email campaigns, keeping our messaging consistent and timely across both the platforms. So by automating this process, we save time, we reduce the manual data entry errors and enhance our ability to convert our leads into customers. And yes, we were successful with our workflow too. Over here you can see the two contacts I created during this video with the help of my workflow. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box. so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.